Welcome back to Battlemaster, you old-timers. This is Aeneas, and these days I'm known as the Gabanus Family because, like all of you, I too once quit playing, but just as you will, I returned again. And when I returned, I did notice some changes though, and to make yours a little bit easier, this video is especially made for my fellow veterans who feel that nasty Battlemaster bug again, as we're seeing more and more of the old guard actually returning. Alright, first things first, there's been a major overhaul of the tax system, where we used to get equal taxes for all nobles, except for those greedy government members. These days, Battlemasters actually work with estates within regions, and since some regions are richer than others, and the estate size can actually be set and altered by the lords, people have completely different incomes. It also did improve the feudal hierarchy a lot more. These days, you have knights swearing fealty to a lord, to a duke, to rulers in that order, where dukes are actually separated now from their lordships. So as a duke you don't have to command a city anymore, although you can obviously. They're actually separated now. Secondly, some things have been removed for various reasons. Colony takeovers are gone, although they actually may return. The invisibility for infiltrators is unfortunately gone as well. I now have 2 infiltrators myself, but never had one of them invisible ninjas. But then again, they were rather OP even back in the day, so it makes sense. Multiplayers have been removed as well quite effectively, absolutely improving the atmosphere in the game in my opinion, and there's been a bunch of minor changes as well. Alright, thirdly, a lot of bugs have been removed, which is amazing. And before you start thanking the Tom, he's no longer actively working on Battlemaster. Delvin and Aris alongside Wimpy are. Anyway, one major bug I'll mention specifically is the Archer bug. Apparently for years there was a mistake in the code which actually divided the ranged damage by 3, which has been removed and later adjusted down a bit, as 3 times as much damage for the range was a bit too much. But it does mean that the useless Archer class has in fact become useful these days, so the military has shifted away from the almost pure melee battalions to a more balanced situation. So for those of you who loved the military aspect of the game, you're gonna have some cool new challenges to work with. Alright, lastly, there have been some major changes on some of the islands. Some islands were locked in these eternal alliances basically dominating the island, kind of ruining every form of war that would be started. And some of these changes have been made to bring back that warring spirit back to the game, which eventually worked out quite well. You can only have 1 character per island, so no more double dukedoms for like 5 or 6 families controlling 2 or 3 realms, locking them in eternal alliances. And this makes alliances a lot less certain these days, which is great for tension. It also led to the sinking of Atamara and the Far East Island, allowing everyone to focus on the colonies, which is still a 1 turn per day continent, the East Continent, Twilight, and Beluatera. And another change is that you can actually start on BT, so you no longer have to emigrate an existing character like you had to in the old days. Alright, guys and gals, I'll be working on some separate videos giving you an overview of the current situation of the different active islands, so stay tuned, and in the meanwhile just create the damn account again. We miss you guys and we hope to see you soon again.